Well, welcome back everyone to another Little Planet Zoo video. Today we're gonna take a look at our past. So as you guys can probably guess, I love mods, I love modding, and I love all that jazz. And when the Wetlands DLC animals were announced, I was a little sad because we're gonna be missing some of our best friends over here. Now, of course, I just want to say right off the bat, modding is not officially endorsed by Frontier. When you do mod at your own risk. So all that being said, I just wanted to go over some of the animal mods that we have today and kind of compare and contrast them to the official counterparts that we were so generously given by Frontier and start to look at what made them different. Starting with our friend the Capybara. These guys are some of my favorite animals in the world, and this one over here was made by Jen and Giorno Pizza. They both did a wonderful job on this guy, and I'm so sad to see it go because it was so iconic. These guys were incredibly beautiful, and they made my day when I got back from vacation that fateful week, and I don't know, I just really do love them. But of course, you can probably guess, we already have a pool set up for our normal capybaras. Well, our modded ones, sorry. And you can already tell right off the bat, there are a bunch of differences. One of them being the fact that the males do not have any sexual dimorphism from the females. This is very important to note because the males actually have the scent gland on the top of their nose for the official capybaras, but these guys don't have that. Another thing to note about the differences is the fact that these guys have a lot more intense color variation. So you get a lot more different ones, you get more blacker ones, you get whiter ones, you get a lot more paler ones, and you get a lot more saturated ones, which is something that I kind of liked about the original mod itself. But it's really awesome just to see that this one goes away in such style. I always found it so beautiful. It always had such a nice realistic texture, and Jen did such a wonderful job on it. But comparing that with our new ones over here, if I can just find them, these guys are still so beautiful nonetheless. Of course, they have that beautiful iconic Planet Zoo art style for the fur, which I'm so jealous of how Frontier is able to do that. I don't know, it's just very amazing. And again, the scent gland right up there, very awesome to see that jazz. They look so adorable, and you know what, I'm just happy that we have official ones. So Jen, yours will be missed, and thank you so much, Giorno, for the coding work on this. It's very nice to see us sending away a stylish little mod. Now over here, you guys may notice one of our old friends. This is the Asian wild water buffalo. This one was originally made by Mega Game and Rex, and you know what? I'm pretty happy with the new one, but Mega Game and Rex did a beautiful job with this guy. Of course, he had such a beautiful texture going on with the body, and of course, they always had those iconic horns. But you know what? They were based off of the African buffalo, and we all kind of know how kind of, you know, sussy, I guess you could kind of describe that rig as. But checking out the new one, these guys are incredible. Their texture quality is so much better. It's so much brighter. And you know what? I think this is a welcome addition as well. These guys have even insane quality horn textures. And I don't know, if they just look so beautiful, especially with the ear tufts. This is another animal, kind of like the binturong, that has stuff going on like that. And I think those are on their own individual plane as well, which I think is very incredible to have. What they also have going on is a little bit more yellow texture going on with the legs, which is very iconic for, you know, giving these guys a little bit more color. But looking at these guys side by side, it's very awesome just to see how much of a step up Frontiers is from our original one. We originally did have plans to remake this, and keep in mind this was one of Mega Game and Rex's first mods, so it is very kind of telling to see just how far we've come, not only in modding, but also with how great Frontier is with their animal quality. Now moving on from there, we have probably one of the most divisive ones, or rather most similar ones. I don't know, I should probably get a thesaurus for all my stuff over here. Now, of course, this one is Bongo Hardwoods Red Crown Crane. These guys were always so beautiful, and they were such an iconic species. Only thing was, Bongo chopped off the wings of these guys, but it worked exceptionally well, because when you look at them from this angle, you don't really notice that they don't have wings. He also did a very marvelous job with a little bit of the head crest up there. I was always very amazed by how he was able to do that. And we also have a beautiful beak going on over there as well. But we have to look at the frontier version of these guys, if I can find my way over there. Keep in mind, that's a work in progress marabou stork. I kind of forgot I was working on that. But here's what the actual crane looks like. And I'll pull this guy right over here so we can look at them in a little bit better light over here. These guys do have a lot better quality on the feathers and all that jazz. But when we actually do look at like the head and stuff, they have a nice little bump map going on over there, otherwise known as a normal map. It looks incredible. And one of the things I was blown away by was their beak. They have that kind of see-through kind of nose over there. And I always find that very impressive how, like, you know, Frontier is able to individually model that stuff. And of course, they have a lot better sound quality, which I find very amazing as well. Now, checking out these guys side by side, it's very confusing at first which ones could be which, because they did such a good job, Bongo specifically, about really capturing the beauty of these guys. Do keep in mind that mods are a little bit broken right now. We are trying to fix them from doing like these very random animations. We'll get that all sorted out as soon as possible. But these guys are a lot more taller, and yeah, they just look incredible to be together. I don't know. I always find that this one was probably the closest attempt out of, like, you know, all the mods in here, which I find very, very surprising. Right on line with the Capybara. The Capybara was also a very other awesome one. And yeah, just looking at these guys, it really is awesome just to see how far modding has gotten, especially in the later stages and kind of like the era that we are in right now, compared with the Frontier quality, which I think is always very surprising. But moving on from there, we have another awesome animal, probably one of my favorites. I just gotta find where we actually put them. We put them on a little island over here. Now, some of you guys may recall one of my original mods. This was from way back in the day, and I had a lot of help from my friends for this one. This one was the duck-billed platypus. These guys are some of my favorites, and look at how beautiful they are. Now, these guys were always one of my favorites. They came out exceptionally well, except when they do kind of funky stuff like that. Don't know why they're stopping in the middle of the water, but we could check out this guy right here. But yeah, these guys were originally imported from Zoo Tycoon 3 with an updated texture from Jen, with a little bit of helping on the rig editing from Nick, and the fur transplant from NDP. Coding by me, of course. So this guy had a lot of hands in his pot, but I'm very impressed with how well these guys came out. They were based off of the Cayman, which is a very surprising thing to have. But I don't know, I always thought it worked exceptionally well for, like, you know, how they walk and stuff. And if we actually take a look at this guy right here, it is very surprising how well they do walk, kind of like the official one. But popping over here, we have to do, of course, check out the official one. This one right down here, I believe it's this one. Yes, it's just called Platypus. These guys have a lot more less saturated texture, which I do kind of like. I cannot get over our original texture for the modded one, which I think works exceptionally well for this creature in particular. But these guys do have a lot more beauty going on with them. Of course, the male has that little spur right there, and they did a very good job at kind of like nailing that kind of texture. And yeah, they just look exceptionally well. And honestly, I like to think that this one was a very close call when it came to the modded one, because they do both look exceptionally well to begin with. And I don't know, I will miss this mod to begin with. It was going to be a headliner for the Outback Pack, which I will probably miss, having this guy be, like, you know, the headliner over there. But I think to begin with, it's really, really awesome just to have these guys officially in the game. And yeah, he kind of does make those Cayman noises, so that's kind of funny. But moving on through here, we have a couple other mods to check out. We're going to pop over here and check out what I have over here. These are our Asian small-clawed otters, and the original Asian small-clawed otter, well, it looked like this. It wasn't really my best work, but I don't know, it kind of got the job done to begin with. It was very cute, but you could tell it was based off of the giant otter. Meanwhile, the official one over here is much cuter. They kind of nailed the otter cuteness, which I think works exceptionally well for this mod in particular. And yeah, they just look a lot better, and they have such cuter, like, tufts of fur going on. Whiskers, sorry, I kind of blanked on that word over there. But I think this works exceptionally well, and I think the coloration is a lot better. It's a little bit more purple, if that makes sense, but I think it works exceptionally well as a new species. And I do have to say, after all is said and done, I am very happy that all these animals are being replaced, because it's really awesome to get new species for all of you guys who don't really like to use mods to begin with, and getting you guys these animals that we've been using for a little bit. And it's really also awesome that we as modders get new rigs for basing animals on. We already can do so many different otters with this rig, and I'm so excited to see how that all comes out. We have one last animal in here, however. This one is going to be quite a little bit of a shock. We have to go over here to our little ponds over here to check these guys out. This guy was the original spectacled caiman. This one was made by Wiser. This one was pretty good. It got us down for quite some time. Unfortunately, it wasn't really the most updated mod, so it kind of slept into obscurity. But Wiser did an incredible job with the texture to begin with. He even nailed that little bit of a horn that these guys have right above the eye right there. But comparing this guy to the new spectacled caiman, I just gotta find them really quickly. That's our entire pool for them. But I have a comparison shot right over here. These guys are kind of like night and day, and it's really awesome just to see how well Frontier constantly does with their new reptilians. I love seeing these guys side by side because, you know what, Wiser did an incredible job, but it's always really awesome just to see how beautiful Frontier can do with their new crocodilians, and this guy looks exceptionally beautiful. But that is about it for all of our mod comparisons. I just wanted to thank you guys once again for stopping by for another video. Let me know your favorite improvement out of these all guys, and let me know what mod you'll be missing the most. I think I will be missing the Capybara most of all. We're going to send it away with these guys today, but thank you guys so much for watching. It's always so great to have you guys here in the comments, in the video, in the views. You guys are always such awesome viewers, and I have to thank you guys for stopping by once again. But anyways, I gotta get going now. My name is Leaf. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care and have the most wonderful of wonderful days. Bye bye now.